45 miles separate the cities of Eugene and Corvallis, but the number of barbs and shots thrown back and forth between these two institutions could fill a distance triple that size. What a matchup we have for you in the battle for the state of Oregon. Glad you could join us from Reser Stadium in Corvallis, Oregon. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State Beavers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I caught up with the Oregon head coach before the game. This is a huge opportunity for their team. Making it to the college football playoff last year has proven to them they can compete with any team in the country. But now they've got to do it again. They've got to show that that was not just a one-year fluke and that they can be consistently great. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Ducks will kick off first, and here we go. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oregon State's offense who will have the football first. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
Opposite.
Running inside, it's Newberry. Runs through the tackle. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Rush is on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and when the quarterback gets hit and he's in empty formation, it's on him because you spread the defense out. You usually know exactly where the blitz is coming from. Now it's your job to read the defense and get the ball out really quickly.
To the air, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Beavers will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. So the Oregon Ducks offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. They're led by a sensational signal caller, and Jesse, one thing every elite quarterback knows is where to find the weak spot in the secondary. And there might be a few of them there.
Yeah, there's no mystery where this quarterback is going to be throwing the football and who he's going to be trying to pick on. They knew coming into this game this was going to be the matchup they want to take advantage of. Now, David, the defense and their coordinator are going to have to find creative ways to help out this cornerback and use safety coverage over the top, some zone, to try and get him as many doubles as they can. But you can't double cover all game long. This guy's going to be on an island from time to time, and you know that's when the quarterback's going to go after.
And I was about to say, dude, I'm not giving you that opportunity. I'm not putting him on an island. I'm going to use zone coverages. I'm going to try to hide him as much as I can. You see this all the time. You know you're in a deficiency. How do you mask it? How do you hide it? If he goes one-on-one on an island, that's a bad job calling defense.
It's complete. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
And how about this running back, man? Coming into the game, we knew he would be a focal point of this offense, but through the air.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Working the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. And the Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Takes the handoff. It's Davison. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Oregon! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And it really doesn't matter what play call this offense does. Like first possession, 3 and out, obviously struggled. This one right here, nothing on the ground. The offensive line has to do a better job. They got to be better up front, whether they want to run it, whether they want to throw it. It's got to start with the offensive line.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
It's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
What a great job by the defense, securing the wide receiver, getting the football out, getting it on the deck, and dadgummit if it didn't bounce right back to the offense.
Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap them up, way to know where the sticks are. Now puts you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Sets up the screen. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Beavers will bring the punt team onto the field. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. On the ground, it's Davison. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
But one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
I wonder if the receiver heard footsteps on that play. Defender, very, very close, but you'd like to see your wide receiver haul that in.
Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
The Ducks will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Not gonna get there as this defense makes a stand. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away. Great place to start for this offense. On the run, it's Hatcher. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 20. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Snags it over the middle. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And we always go back and we look like, what was the play of the game? Those moments that were so big, that was huge for this offense, man. Already trailing in the football game, third down and long situation to get that conversion and now get first and goal. A chance to cut into this lead. Really nice, big, opportunistic, timely play for this offense.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Trying to slam in. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we are ready to get back to it and open the second period. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Motion from the wideout. Dante Moore. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Moore to the air. Throws for the tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Johnson. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Moore with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this...
Fires deep toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it. Touchdown, Ducks.
Coming into this game, this offense really believed they had a mismatch problem because of this tight end speed and athleticism. And you saw it right there, David. Nobody able to hang with this guy on that touchdown catch.
And either way you cover him. If you want to put a linebacker on him, he's got a speed advantage. A safety on him, he's got a size advantage. QB takes advantage of the mismatch, knows where his big fella's going to be, and capitalizes on it.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives. And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They'll run play action. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. To the air. It's Murphy. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Beavers will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. Wants to bring it back. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Moore. Pressure coming. Looking long. Makes a deep grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Quarterback making checks. to the air on first down. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's caught. It's Hatcher. Across the 25. He's got room. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Powers through the defender. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Dropping back, it's Murphy. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Newberry. At the 35, he's got room. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. Receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
And the Beavers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking left. Got his man downfield. They're able to ride him down, but not before he has flipped the field with a huge pickup on the play, and now they are set up coming out of the 2-minute timeout. The Beavers getting set on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to throw, it's Murphy. He's got him. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Using his legs, it's Hatcher. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down.
Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Oregon State!
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And he'll be... The return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Throwing more. Pocket breaking down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And the Ducks in the hurry-up. Moore will throw. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. And he's brought down after a nice game. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense changing the play. Here's Moore to throw. He wants it all. Fires into the end zone, incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Motion from the back. Again, it's Moore. Unloads to the wideout. Got it! So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Ducks are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown, and here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high, but this is one of those areas situationally in the game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the Syracuse Orange. And it's Pitt coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I...
Lofts one high and deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Got a man, it's Stewart. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. They'll go play action with Moore. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
The run inside. It's Davison. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They're dealing with a second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Dante Moore looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll go to the counter. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Under fire. Buried before he could blink.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. So from the shadow of his goal post, he gets the punt away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Moore. On the move, he fires. A strike downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Ducks, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Moore, play action. Quarterback adapting. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Moore to the air again. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Ducks! Snagged it in the end zone and put points on the board. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Here on the Oregon State sideline, one storyline I've got my eyes on to start this ball game. How is the quarterback moving and throwing? As you remember, really banged up in that game that they lost last week. This is something...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
Quick release on the RPO. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
A nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter. And down he goes back at the 3.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Here's a heat. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Trying the run, it's Davison. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Throwing more. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, They finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
In the gun on third down, Moore. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Here on the Oregon State sideline, one thing I'm really keeping my eyes on here today, guys, this quarterback is banged up. He told me before the game that he has had to really fight through some soreness throughout the course of this week. I can tell you he's already taken some contact, and it is definitely a storyline that I am following throughout the course of this game. I'll keep you posted with everything I hear down here on the sidelines. Reese?
Holly, keep an eye on that one for us. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw, it's Murphy. Takes the easy one to the back. Fighting off the defender. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Trying play action. Fires to the right. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
On the option. Now the toss. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Wide open downfield. Remove the change. It's 1st down at the 27. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Rides the option, he keeps it. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll move the tight end. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Coming out with it, it's Bear. Slips through the line. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Here's more to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. How about that shot into the end zone, and he makes the grab for the score. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grab behind the line. It's Glass. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Beavers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Running inside, it's McMillan. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day. A little carried away with that roughing penalty. Looking for space. It's Glass. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Under fire. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Bringing the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
In the middle, it's Johnson. There he goes. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Dante Moore. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line as they are threatening to score.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot?
And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll move the wide receiver. Hard running there.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's McMillan. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. 2nd down coming up. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Rides to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Moore. Oh, they're after him. They get to him as he throws.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Moore to the air. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're scaring in 3rd.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. At the 40, there he go. Makes a grab and room to run. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, You know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. It'll be 3rd and long. The run inside. It's McMillan. Nowhere for him to run again, and now 4th down is going to be a tough one. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Beavers will send out the punt unit. All the way back to the 15. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry,